Well, we made it to another weekend. Yay! Now we can relax for a couple of days, right? Not really. I mean, isn't it that the weekends these days are as busy as through the week? I know, there's always so much to do. But tonight we're going to have a little fun. We've got a couple of things we're opening up tonight. A full case of Elements football that came out on Wednesday, of course. And then we're going to open the back half of a case of Chrome baseball that also came out on Wednesday. We opened the first half Wednesday night. We're going to open the back half of it tonight. But before we get started ripping into our packs and boxes, there is a little info to go over. So let's try to hit the high points of that. Feedback. My feedback on eBay is automated. And I do that just so that you don't have to wait on me, because it seems like I'm always running 24/7. So this way, as soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you should automatically and instantly get it in return, thanks to the wonders of computers and automation, right? And the second thing you see there, of course, is just a note to say thanks, because I appreciate you spending part of your evening with me. Those of you who come by and chat and watch the break, and those of you who bid on eBay and break with me, whatever brings you here, I'm happy to have you. So thanks for stopping by. We are looking right now at a list of things that will be breaking over the course of the next 5 days. This stuff is already up and running on eBay. It's available for bidding now, and of course, we'll be breaking in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, we've got a full-size football helmet, autographed football helmet, of course, a half case of the Leaf autographed football jerseys. Those have been a lot of fun to open by the half case, so looking forward to getting into more of them. Another case of Elements tomorrow night as well. A Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey, a case of Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs with the new checklist, the National Edition checklist, and a case of Immaculate Baseball. Sunday note, we are starting at a little different time than normal. We're going to start at 9:45 on Sunday night, and we will open a batting helmet, a Hit Parade autographed batting helmet, a half case of Gold Standard football, and a full case of Chrome baseball. So Sunday night's not going to be a half case, it's going to be the full case. On Monday, we'll open an autographed basketball jersey for a little change of pace, another half case of our autographed football jerseys, another case of the Onyx Preferred Players, a third case of Immaculate Baseball, and a fifth case of Certified Football. Tuesday finds us with another autographed full-size football helmet, a fourth case of Elements, a half case of Allen and Genter baseball, which will be, I guess, the back half of the case that we started recently. Maybe earlier this week. I don't know. I lose track. And then Wednesday night, of course, we'll have more new release stuff coming out. We're going to open early that night, too. We'll start at 9:30 instead of 10. And the products that come out that day are Clearly Authentic Baseball. We'll open a full case of that. And Don Russ Football. I know a third of the case doesn't sound like a lot, but it's an 18-box case. I thought it was 20, but it's an 18-box case. And that break is going to have somewhere around just under 1,500 cards in it. So even though it's a third of a case, it's a massive amount of cards. And then we will also break 4 more Leaf autographed football jerseys, which will be another half case, of course. Tonight, we are breaking in the order that you see there. Elements football comes up first, followed by Chrome baseball. Elements does not take a huge amount of time because there are not a lot of cards per box. So if you're waiting on Chrome, I'm going to estimate you probably have about 20 minutes before we start, somewhere in that neighborhood in general. And I'm estimating that both of our breaks tonight, Elements and Chrome, will get out the door approximately Wednesday. And if I can get it out to you faster than Wednesday, I absolutely will do so. But to be on the safe side, right now I'm projecting it as a Wednesday shipping date. Chrome, you don't have to worry about consolation cards. There's plenty of cards in that break, and every team is going to pull at least something. In Elements, there are fewer cards in that break, even though it is a full case, it has less cards. And if you happen to not have your team pulled in the Elements break, I will send your consolation cards with the rest of the break. So since it's a paid shipping break, anything you would be due for a no-pull team is going to go out when everything else does, which again, approximately Wednesday. So starting off tonight, a 12-box case of 2018 Elements football. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, which is not tonight. Why does that say Wednesday. It's not Wednesday. This is Friday. I don't know why it says Wednesday. Well, I think I do know why, because I was listing stuff for Wednesday night, and I had Wednesday night on the brain. But you know what? That's why I do day and date, right? That's why the line above it just gives you the date, and this line day and date, because we would assume that maybe I wouldn't get them both wrong, although, you know, you never know. But anyway, that's a little bit more in line with what we actually have going on Friday night, August the 3rd. And of course, team names are there on the left, and the eBay user ID of our winning bidder is across from each team. Of course, we'll put up a different spreadsheet when it comes time for Chrome to break. So if you're in the Chrome break, hang tight. When we get ready to start your break, you'll get a chance to see your name up on screen there. Last but not least, autofocus is being taken off. Manual focus is being set. It does cause the background to blur out a little bit, but it won't affect our ability to see the cards. Now, in chat tonight, hey, we have Greg in chat. How are you tonight, Greg? You got a package today? They get stuff to you pretty quickly. I can't, but you know what confuses me? You said some days you get like 3 or 4 at once. And I'm thinking they've got to either be speeding some up or slowing some down. Because I don't think I've ever sent out 4 to you in the same day, like as in mailed them on the same day. So I don't know what post office is doing there. Some days you're getting multiple, some days you're just getting one. I think they're just messing with us. I don't know. Dustin, how are you, Dustin? How's your weekend shaping up? Got anything fun on tap, either one of you, Dustin or Greg? Anything fun going on this weekend that we can all be envious of? So Elements Football, as you see here, is a 12-box case. We're going to have 2 autograph cards, 1 memorabilia card per box, and I believe we have 1 base card in each box, right? Hey, Stang Lover, looking for some Jags tonight, looking for Jacksonville. And of course, if you have not done a break with this yet, they're pretty cool cards. Most of them are, most of them, I'm going to stick with most, are metal, which is pretty cool. Our memorabilia is not a metal card, but it's framed in a metal frame. And the autographs can be entrapped, and they can be signed on acetate or a little entrapped piece of metal. And as a whole, I really like Elements, and I've enjoyed opening it so far. Dustin is looking for some Cardinals. I'm assuming you mean in this break, right, Dustin? Because it could be, of course, Cardinals in baseball too, but I'm assuming you mean Cardinals in this break. Our base card is John Elway, numbered to 50 for the Broncos. And our framed relic, first out, radioactive rookie, is Mike White, numbered to 99 for the Cowboys. Just keep in mind that these frames, like this one, for instance, some of them have some pitting and some surface scratches and dents and dings and finish coming off in varying degrees. I mean, it's usually not terrible, but my point is there are always, almost always, going to be imperfections on those little frames, and it's been that way ever since Panini's had framed cards. Rashad Penny and the Seahawks, that is numbered to 350, and that is an example of a signature on entrapped metal. So they've just pre-signed, you know, the little metal slab or the acetate slab, as the case may be, and then it gets inserted into the card. Redemption, we're leaving it upside down. We'll flip it at the end of the break. I like to keep you in suspense. It's like a courtroom drama. You have to wait until the very end for the payoff. Well, just when we have redemptions. Everything else, of course, you're going to get the payoff as we go. This is, of course, in a sleeve. If you're wondering, it does look a little dull. That's part of the reason. J.J. Watt to 75 for the Texans. Our radioactive rookie is Calvin Ridley for the Falcons. That one is numbered to 125. Next out, a little Sony Michel for the Patriots. And Sony Michel is to 299. Definitely, I see some chipping on lower left and lower right on that card. So that's yet another thing that we're probably going to see to a certain extent throughout, because a lot of times another redemption with these thicker cards. Unfortunately, they very seldom come out of the pack all minty and perfect. We actually pulled a Tom Brady autograph out of Immaculate Collegiate the other night, and it was numbered to 10. So on card Tom Brady to 10 is a very solid hit. And coming right out of the box, it had a terrible, terrible upper left corner. Like one of the worst I've seen out of a box in a while. And I was so bummed because, you know, Tom Brady to 10, and then it comes out of the box with a messed up corner. This is numbered to 75. It's Christian McCaffrey and the Panthers. Mike Gesicki and the Dolphins with our relic. And this one is numbered to 125. Giants are about to have a little hit with Kyle Lauletta. And I gotta tell you, I'm okay with stocking up on the Laulettas. That's to 350. Once again, both your lower corners, actually both your upper corners too. So we may as well just say all four of your corners have some imperfections, chipping, and various kind of things. Finally, an autographed metal card that isn't a redemption. It's the Packers, Marquez Valdez-Scantling to 199. Nice little on-card autograph for the Packers. So Stang Lover, you like elements? Have you pulled, what's the best thing you've pulled out of it so far? Or seen pulled out of it, either one. I gotta tell you, we pulled some nice stuff out of the first go-round. And it looks like the hits in it are pretty solid from what I've seen. This is Josh Norman, and it's numbered to 75, our base card for the Redskins. Then for the Broncos, we have Deshaun Hamilton, radioactive rookie relic to 125. Ooh, you saw a Zeke neon autograph, or you pulled the Zeke neon autograph? Well, either way, it's pretty cool. Here's Marquez Valdez-Scantling again. So if you've got the Packers, you're kind of front-loading him. That is numbered to 125 on the entrapped metal signature. Buffalo Bills. You're about to be happy. This is numbered to 99, and there's your man, Josh Allen. On-card autograph metal rookie hit for the Bills. Oh, you pulled the Zeke Neon Auto. That's outstanding. I like that. I like that Josh Allen we just pulled too. By the way, not for nothing. And we're about to have one that's going to be an even lower number coming up, because I saw the gold flash by. Numbered to 75, that's Carson Wentz and the Eagles. And we have a little Saquon Barkley radioactive rookie relic, numbered to what? 49. So a little bit lower number relic there. Ben Rudd says he got sucked into, I like that, sucked into the Browns tonight. So how exactly do you get sucked into the Browns? Somebody talked you into it, you just thought they were going too low and you had to go for it. Naheem Hines for the Colts, that is numbered to 350. This shows a little bit of the downside sometimes of these entrapped autographs, because the guy didn't sign right in the middle of the little metal piece that they gave him, so part of his signature is kind of hidden under the edge of the card there. Rashad Penny and the Seahawks, and it is numbered to 50. So nice low number Rashad Penny with the gold medal card. Ed, Broncos, boy, you know what? I know I should be able to tell you that, but I can't. But I can tell you this. We will recap it, Ed. As soon as we get through all these boxes, I'll flip all of our hits, all of our autograph and memorabilia hits. We'll recap all of them. Plus, we've got redemptions to flip. And then we'll know for sure, because to be honest, I don't know. I should know. I realize that, but I kind of don't always keep track. Big Ben Roethlisberger to 75 for the Steelers. Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. There's a dual relic for the pack. That's numbered to 75, and the Packers have had quite a few hits already tonight in this break. Oh, I got you. I got you. The last 2 times that you had that you have gotten the Browns, you haven't pulled anything, so you're trying to work the mojo tonight. Okay, well, we got to make that happen. We can't have you blank on the Browns 3 times. That would not be fun. Mike White and the Cowboys. Mike is numbered to 350. Oh, Steelers. Look at you go. This is going to be gold when we flip it too. It is Mason Rudolph, numbered to 50. It's the first in the series. I always like it when they're first or last. There's no reason why. I just do. And that is a nice hit for the Steelers. We got a couple of back-to-back rookie gold medal. That makes me happy. We're having a good case. We've got Josh Allen down in there as well. So we're cruising right along with this case. We need to, we could find a few more big booming hits, but we're getting there. Medal Moments, and it is also for the Steelers. It is numbered to 25. That's our base card. Kerryon Johnson and the Lions, our relic, numbered to 125. Oh, man. Wow, Raiders. Look at that. There's your neon Derek Carr. That's nice. It is numbered to 7. You can see it over there on the edge. This is number 4 of 7 with a neon Derek Carr and the Raiders. Maybe a little imperfection down here. Well, actually, both of those corners are a little bit imperfect, but you know what? You probably don't care a whole lot because that is a quite nice hit if you have the Raiders with the Derek Carr entrapped autograph on acetate in that case. And here comes Kalen Ballage, numbered to 199 for the Dolphins. All right, so what do we have left? We have 5 left, counting this one as part of. It is part of the 5. So we've opened 7. We have 5 to go. We've got a little bit of time left to find Ben Rudd's Browns in here because we don't really want him to get skunked on the Browns 3 times running. That would not be cool. Numbered to 25, we have Leonard Fournette and the Jags. That would be for Stang Lover. He's looking for some Jags tonight. Josh Rosen, Cardinals, and numbered to 50 on your framed relic. Nice 2-color relic as well. Daggone, Packers. This is hit number 4076 of Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Not really, but I think it's like the 3rd or 4th one, isn't it? It's like a stupid number of them. That is to 350. And below it, yeah, guess what? It's another Packer. At least it's a different one. This one is Sterling Sharp to 99 for Green Bay. So the Packers have gotten themselves quite a little haul, and I imagine are probably happy to see at least a different player on that card, so they're not all the same player anyway. Greg, who do you have in here tonight? Who are we pulling for you? And there's another Packer, and that is Charles Woodson to 50. That's a base card, but still another Packer. For the Cardinals, we have Christian Kirk, and that relic is numbered to 125. Of course, all of our relics are framed in here. The frames with varying degrees of wear. You know, some of them have pitting and the slight discoloration or things like that. They're imperfect, most of them. Ito Smith and the Falcons. And Ito is numbered to 125. And another Packer. That's really borderline crazy. This is Jamon Moore. It's to 50. It's a nice another gold signature, which I'm happy to see. And the Packers, I imagine, are just kind of, you know, jumping up and down somewhere right now. So... Oh, so the Packers are yours. Okay, well then the Packers are making up for whether or not you hit anything for the Browns, because you've got about 7,000 Packers over there tonight. So you're going to be all right either way, I think. Greg, you've got the Dolphins, the Vikings, and the Jets. So we've at least had some Dolphins for you. That much I know. Von Miller for the Broncos, number 210 is our base card. Here comes a Bengal. We're getting warmer. We're in the state of Ohio anyway for you. Mark Walton, and that's a nice two-color patch, numbered to 99. Ed says it is Broncos mojo time. Let's see if we can't turn that into something then. DJ Moore and the Panthers. DJ Moore is numbered to 350. And then we have another Bengal. This is Geno Atkins to 199 with a little on-card metal hit. 2 boxes left. Marcus. How are you, Marcus? You are right. The Packers are killing it. The Packers are absolutely owning this break tonight. They have a bunch of hits in here, which when we recap it, of course, we'll find out just how many it is, but it's a lot. We have a base card numbered to 75, Josh Norman and the Redskins. For the Patriots, a Sony Michel relic numbered to 99. That's radioactive rookie. For the Dolphins, we have a Kalen Ballage, so the Dolphins continuing to do well. That to 350, and another redemption. So we have 3 redemptions stacked up over there at this point that we have waiting for us to check out at the end of this box. Stang Lover's pulling for the Jags auto. He's being very specific this time. See if we can't work it up. All right, everybody, it is last box mojo time. Looking for the heat. Hoping that it's something awesome worth our wait. Julio Jones and the Falcons to 25 is our base card. There's a little Bradley Chubb, so the Broncos aren't getting blanked anyway. You've got Bradley Chubb, radioactive rookie, framed relic to 49. So, Ed, at least we've got you something there. We may have something else for you. I honestly don't remember if before you got here if we had another Bronco or not, but we'll find out shortly. DJ Chark for the Jags. So last box mojo is working for Stang Lover. That's to 350. And he was very specific about what he wanted, and the universe delivered it to him. Anthony Miller, numbered to 199 for the Chicago Bears. That is a nice hit. Now we have our 3 redemptions waiting for us right up here. So you guys, most of you, I think, the majority of you have done a break with me before. If someone hasn't done a break with me before, here's what happens. I'm going to flip these over, and we'll probably know exactly where they go as soon as we flip them over. But we still go to the Panini website. We verify the teams for each of them, and we'll also find out what they're numbered to, because the website's really handy over there on Panini. Steel signatures for Kareem Hunt. So Kansas City Chiefs with a nice Kareem Hunt autograph headed your way. Next up is Neil Smith. I really don't know where that goes. So I would have had to have gone to the Panini website anyway. I don't know where Neil Smith goes. And that is followed out by Justin Houston. Do I know where Justin Houston goes? I don't think I do. But those are all steel signatures. And here we go over to Panini's website, where we will answer all of our questions about where everything is headed. Except I'm on the Topps checklist. Now we're on the Panini checklist. See how handy that was? So handy. Guess I better make sure I brought you with me, did I? Yes, good. Okay. Every once in a while, I'll go to the other page and forget and leave you guys somewhere, and that would not be good. Now, would it? Of course not. So now I try to remember to check, just to make sure that I haven't done anything crazy. I believe these are all steel signatures. I'll double check them, of course, here in a moment. And card number 95 is Justin Houston. So let's roll on down here to Justin Houston, who is a Kansas City Chief to 199. So Kansas City's got a pair of our redemptions. And card number 94, right above it there, is Kareem Hunt, also to 199. And then our third redemption is card number 36, and that's Neil Smith. And I don't have any feel for Neil Smith. I don't know why, but I don't. He's also a Chief. Are you kidding me? Wow. 199 again. So the Chiefs go from rags to riches and take all three of the redemptions. And I don't think I've really ever seen that happen. I don't think I've ever seen 3 redemptions for 3 different players out of one break all go to the same team. Not that I remember anyway. It's kind of crazy. So, how about that? Okay, so here we go, kids. We have got a redemption for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's Kareem Hunt to 199. We're recapping, of course. A redemption for the Kansas City Chiefs, and it is Neil Smith to 199. And, a broken record. A redemption for the Kansas City Chiefs to 199, and that one is Justin Houston. We will now look at our framed relics. Once again, please remember that your frames are going to have varying degrees of surface imperfections. Some of them may be fine, but frankly, a lot of them will probably have some minor pitting. They may have some of the finish scuffed or off of there, or little dents or dings. And then again, some of them may be perfect, but in general, these frames are usually not perfect. As Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers to 75. Saquon Barkley is to 49 for the Giants. For the Broncos, we have Deshaun Hamilton to 125. The Dolphins, Mike Gesicki to 125. Then we have Calvin Ridley and the Falcons. You got it, to 125. For the boys, we have Mike White. That one's to 99. Broncos again. This one is Bradley Chubb to 49. Sony Michel and the Patriots to 99. The Bengals hit with Mark Walton to 99. The Cardinals have a Christian Kirk relic to 125. Cardinals also have a Josh Rosen relic to 50. And the Giants have a Saquon Barkley relic to 125. And those are all of our framed relics. Now we're going to look at our entrapped autographs. So DJ Chark for the Jags, Kalen Ballage for the Dolphins, DJ Moore for the Panthers, Ito Smith, Falcons, Marquez Valdez-Scantling for the Packers. Keep in mind that many of these with entrapped autographs have chipping and imperfections on the edges of these cards as well. I pointed some of them out as we went through the first time, not necessarily doing that right now. Derek Carr, numbered to 7, is our neon signature case hit. Very nice little hit there if you happen to have the Raiders. Mike White and the Cowboys, Naheem Hines and the Colts, Marquez Valdez-Scantling again for the Packers, Kyle Lauletta, nice hit for the Giants, Sony Michel for the Patriots, and a Rashad Penny for the Seahawks. So that takes care of all of our entrapped autographs. Now we come up to our metal. And of course, 3 of these, you guys know, replaced by redemptions that we already looked at. All 3 of our redemptions were Kansas City, which is kind of crazy. Anthony Miller and the Bears. Geno Adkins and the Bengals. This one should be numbered to 50. It is Jamon Moore for the Packers. Also for the Packers is Sterling Sharp. Kalen Ballage for the Dolphins. There's a nice Mason Rudolph for the Steelers to 50. Rashad Penny for the Seahawks to 50. The Buffalo Bills hit with Josh Allen. And here are the Packers hitting again with Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So that is this case of elements is all finished up. We're going to open another case of elements tomorrow night. So if it is your groove, we're going to be right back in it tomorrow night. Got, I don't know how many cases of elements I bought. Maybe 6 or 7, something like that. I mean, a decent number anyway. Okay, if you did not happen to see this earlier, I am projecting that we are going to get everything that we're breaking tonight out the door roughly Wednesday. If I can get it to you faster than Wednesday, I absolutely will. And if something went really haywire, it could go a day later, but I don't really think that would happen in this case. At least I hope not. Something would have to go really wrong for that to happen. And consolation cards, you don't need to worry about those in Topps Chrome. We're going to have a lot of cards in this break, so every team's going to pull some. 6 boxes of 2018 Topps Chrome Baseball. This is a half case break. It is break number 2. And of course, it also ended tonight, Friday night the 3rd. We opened the first part of this case on Wednesday night, which is product release night. And then on Sunday night, we will open a full 12-box case of this. So the first case, really the reason we did the first case as a half and a half mainly, is because so many things came out on Wednesday. We had already been breaking for probably over an hour before we even got to Topps Chrome at that point. And I knew if we did another full case that we'd end up doing like a 3-hour break or something. And I really wasn't up for 3 hours that night, not to mention all the sorting and shipping that goes along with. You see that these boxes are numbered on the end. And the reason for that is because when we opened the case for the first time, I took all of the boxes out and numbered them and then used random.org to make the determination as to which ones we opened in the first half of the break on Wednesday night versus the ones that were left for tonight. So that's why they're numbered on the end. That's usually what I do if we start a case, a brand new case that we're not going to finish the same night. I typically will take everything out and use random and do it like that. So in Topps Chrome, there's a lot of packs to open in here, but there are not that many cards per pack. So even though it takes a while to get it all out, it doesn't take all that long to look through it. So that's the good news. We're looking for 2 autographs per box. And what else? I'm trying to think what else. Of course, there's, like always, there's going to be some parallels in here. Things that are refractors and have various patterns on them. For the most part, when we see a refractor, I'll probably just say the player name. I mean, I'm not necessarily going to say it's a refractor every time. Basically, if I say the player name and you don't see that it's numbered or autographed, you'll know that it was a refractor. Mike, you said you had a decent run with the Cubs a couple of nights ago and you're hoping for another good one tonight. Well, I hope we can deliver that for you. That would make me happy. Dan, did we have any good Angels hits from Wednesday? Oh, boy. I'm like, I don't even know what we hit on Wednesday. Wednesday, honestly, I know it has not been that long ago, okay? I know it's 48 hours ago, a mere 48 hours, but it feels like that it was a week ago because I have sorted and shipped so much stuff this week from so many different types of breaks that I honestly could not even tell you what came out of Topps Chrome on Wednesday night. I know that's bad, but I don't remember. We didn't pull an Ohtani, an autographed Ohtani, I know that much, but beyond that, I don't remember if we pulled anybody else or not. I'm sorry. We pulled a booklet out of Allen and Ginter. I can remember that. Primarily because it was for the Cubs and I shipped it today. And so when someone said Mike's talking about the Cubs there, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember prepping and shipping a Cubs booklet today. I did not pull an Ohtani autograph out of the first half. That is the only thing I can tell you for sure, is that I did not pull an Ohtani autograph out of the first half of the case, because that I would have remembered. But beyond that, ooh, yeah, I'm sorry. Your guess is kind of as good as mine on that. But you know what? Greg might remember. Greg, were you on Wednesday night, Greg? Do you remember what we pulled? Hanley Ramirez, Jacob deGrom. Oftentimes, you all are way better at remembering what I pull than I am. There is a Chris Bryant 35th anniversary. All of those 35th anniversaries are going to be refractors. Manny Machado, Kenley Jansen. And here's our first autograph hit. It's Anthony Santander for the Baltimore Orioles. Dan says, oh, I'll remember tonight because I'm going to pull him an Ohtani autograph. He's feeling very confident about that tonight. So let's hope that you are right. I'd love to pull an Ohtani. We pulled a bunch out of Optic. Like a couple cases in a row we pulled Ohtani autographs. It was kind of crazy. Dustin Fowler. A little Ian Happ Future Stars. All of these Future Stars are also going to be refractors, just like all of the 35th anniversary are going to refract. Ooh, nice low number. Valeria for the Cardinals. Pretty. That is numbered to 25. Gotta love the orange. I like it very, very much. Okay, so Greg says, yeah, we had just the Ohtani base in there. So that's kind of what I thought. But I wasn't 100% sure if we had pulled maybe some other Angels hit. I just couldn't remember. Thank you, Greg. Lucas Sims and the Braves. And here's some more color. This one, the Giants, Brandon Crawford, blue to 150. Oh, shoot. I put that in the wrong sleeve. We really don't even need those thick sleeves out for this product, but oh well, they're already out on the table. We're just going to rock on with them. There was Polanco for the Pirates. There's Justin Turner. A freshman flash Ohtani, and again, these freshman flash, I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, I think all of this series is also going to refract. I don't really remember seeing non-refracting ones, but we'll find out shortly if I see another one here. Franklin Barreto. Rafael. Oh, there's a nice little Rafael Devers rookie refractor. That's nice. So my Reds got manhandled, didn't they, this weekend? Whew! Freshman flash. Ozzie Albies. Well, I shouldn't say this weekend because we're not really into the weekend. We're just starting the weekend. I should say over the last few days, my Reds have gotten smacked in the head. Nicky Delmonico and the White Sox. And, well, look at that. A nice little relic here. Rookie debut, J.P. Crawford. Medallion card numbered to 25. We have a little bonus hit, and I guess we did need a thick card sleeve after all, didn't we? See? That's what I get. I knew there was a reason I left them out. So Phillies, how about that? Cool little extra hit. The Cubs booklet, that was the one that was in Allen and Genter the other night. I just shipped it out today. Oh, boy. I don't remember who the player was, Greg. I know. I'm lucky that I remembered it was the Cubs, but I did because I had to get it prepped and ready to go out the door. There's a nice Ozzie Albies for the Braves. Because, of course, all those booklets, all those booklets and things have to be done a little differently because they don't have a sleeve that will fit them, so they don't go in top loaders. You got to prepare them a little differently. Superstar Sensations, we'll find quite a few of those too. That was Stanton that went by there a moment ago. And there's a John Gray, which I started to say Sonny Gray. There's Clint Frazier. Starlin Castro for the Marlins, numbered to 99. But yeah, Greg, I'm trying to think who was that player on that Cubs booklet. I really can't remember. It wasn't Chris Bryant. It wasn't like a marquee player, but it was still nice. Jose Barrios. Especially because you kind of rarely find booklets in Allen and Ginter. They don't really come out of there a whole lot. It's kind of like Gypsy Queen. You've got to go through quite a few cases usually before you get a booklet out of Gypsy Queen or Ginter. Oh, you got the glove relic out of the Immaculate Collegiate. Excellent. Yeah, all of those Immaculate hits are, and a Collegiate especially, are so thick because they've got those big chunks of cleats and gloves and things in them. And Immaculate Baseball, too, really has some nice stuff. We pulled the glove relic the other night with the Franklin nameplate on it, which was pretty awesome. I don't remember the team. I just remember pulling the glove itself. So I like Immaculate. I think it's fun for that purpose. Well, plus, I mean, you get nice hits. There's lots of reasons to like it, but my personal favorite part of Immaculate is the relics. So, and we got an order solicitation this week for Immaculate Basketball, Impeccable Basketball, and I want to say something else basketball. And they're all the way up into, oh gosh, I don't even know now. September, October, like we're way into the fall. Still opening 17-18 basketball. And they haven't even given us a date yet for Flawless. So I don't know. But in between all that, they're going to throw in a Contenders draft pick basketball. Somewhere in the midst of all the 2017-18, they'll put in what will be 2018-19 Contenders draft picks. So that's kind of weird the way they're doing it. But then again, most of the stuff they do is, frankly, kind of weird. And we got the order for, what else this week? National Treasures Baseball and Flawless Collegiate Football, Immaculate Football, XR Football. Bunch of stuff on the calendar. What are you asking me about, Greg? It came up, when is 17-19, but I know that's not what you're trying to ask me. But I'm not sure which product you are. Oh. You're saying, I bet you meant to say when is 18-19. It took me a minute. You're talking about basketball. It took me a minute. I told you I'm slow tonight. The Contenders draft picks, I think it's like sometime maybe in September. I just put the order in for it, but I don't remember the release date. And frankly, they'll probably change it 2 or 3 times anyway. But I believe it's a September release. And that's another one, where I will go through and have a few cases of. Now, I'm talking about basketball when I say the 18-19 collegiate draft picks, or Contenders draft picks, rather, which is collegiate. There is, however, also, if you're talking about baseball, there's also a Contenders Draft Picks baseball, and I saw a solicitation go out for that, too, but I don't remember the date for it either. And only one of my places has solicited for that. The other 2 haven't yet, so it's like a new one. That's a nice little Willie Calhoun freshman flash that went through there. And a Harrison Bader black and white parallel for the Cardinals. So, yeah, we've got a bunch of stuff coming down the pipeline. Eric Fetty. Our first signature out of this box is Jacob Barnes for the Milwaukee Brewers. But of course, I'm looking forward to Clearly Authentic on Wednesday. It's, of course, it just came out last year. Oh, there's a nice Acuna. I liked it last year. I like it again this year, of course. That's that granite. There's a little Shohei 35th anniversary. Anyway, we're getting you moving in the right direction for your Shohei Ohtani and the Angels. We're headed in the right place. Yeah, the Contenders Draft Picks basketball for sure is not for sure, but I believe it is in September. And beyond that, there's a nice Devers 35th anniversary. I am not sure when they're going to finish up with the 17-18 stuff. Will Myers. Is that a Bryce Harper short print? Is it? I think it is. Let me see something. Sit over there for a minute, Bryce Harper. I believe you are the short print Bryce Harper. It's a refractor, and I'm pretty sure it's the short print. Because you know what? There's the other one. How handy is that? Huh. So it could be right there together and answer the question for me. We're getting there. Freshman Flash Ahmed Rosario. Mike Trout refractor. Here's a Parker Bridwell. You know, I never remember the name of that pattern. You can see the pattern in there. I don't ever remember the name of it, but it's numbered to 50. And Angels, we're slowly but surely, we're kind of backing into where you want to be, right? We're getting there, but we're not quite there yet. There's Giolito. So, Greg, to answer your question, I don't entirely know when we're going to flip 100% to 18-19 basketball, but it will not be until after Flawless is released, and right now we don't even have a date yet for the Flawless release. So my guess is we're talking probably October, maybe even November. I think it's going to be a while. Shohei Ohtani, and that is a base refractor for the Angels. Mejia. You know, you might be able to, there's a Greinke, you might be able to hit Ohtani in, we'll have to see how prevalent he is in Clearly Authentic. Like, watch a couple of breaks and see how easily he's coming out, or not, as the case may be. There's Beltre. Because my experience has been with products like that, like Archive Signature Active Player, and which of course has already been Clearly Authentic, all those kinds of stuff, because there's the number of cards per box is just the one, and then the number of boxes a case. You know, you're not, in other words, it's sometimes easier to pull him because it's a smaller checklist. You don't have as much competition to have the card come out. Beckham. But you just have to see if he's in, how readily he comes out of there. That's the word I was searching for earlier, readily. And then that'll kind of tell the story. Oh, there's Mike's Mike for the Braves on the redemption. And that is followed by Chris Stratton and the Giants. So we're getting an extra hit, I believe, because we had a redemption in there. Because we already had the Jacob Barnes. Now we have the Chris Stratton. And then, of course, the redemption, which is the exact same redemption we pulled out of the first half of the case, by the way. Not for nothing. He's in there twice. Yeah, Dan, I think he's... Panini really will load him up, I imagine, in Immaculate, in National Treasures, in all of their high-end baseball. Panini's going to load him up. So I'm not surprised that he's coming out with some regularity in Immaculate. And I would imagine it'll be the same circumstance in National Treasures. But, hey, Dan, this is what you need to get in on. I don't have it listed yet. Dang it, I knew there was something I forgot tonight. Daggone it. There is a product called Leaf in the Game Used. And it's, you know, they've had Leaf in the Game Used before, which has been hockey. But this is a multi-sport product. It just came out Wednesday, and I forgot to list it, and I forgot again tonight to list it. Anyway, the important part of this story is that each case is guaranteed to have a Shohei Ohtani autograph in it. And I think that it is an autograph relic in every case, but it is definitely one Ohtani autograph in every single case of Leaf in the Game Used. So if you don't get it anywhere else, you know for sure you can get it there. I mean, well, for sure, assuming that you know, buy the Angels in the break. But my point is he's in there. He's in every case. That's what all the Leaf sales material says. So, and I will have to make myself a big note and stick that on my computer so that I can remember to list that. Leaf Greatest Hits Basketball, Leaf Greatest Hits Football, which I've had sitting down there for 2 months, and Leaf Greatest Hits Baseball, which I've had sitting even longer than that. But Greatest Hits Basketball and Football are by the case. Baseball, as you see there, is just a single box. But Greatest Hits Basketball, I'm kind of excited about because, man, we have the potential to pull some monsters. Well, there's always potential to pull monsters out of Leaf Greatest Hits. We all know there's some awesome buyback cards in there. But basketball this year's been so good, I can't wait to see what comes out of it. So I really do have to get off my rear and get that listed. Oh, the worst part's just getting it all out of the wrappers. The rest of it's a piece of cake. Not a tremendous amount of cards, but boy, there are a tremendous amount of wrappers. Evan says the Dustin Fowler autograph is coming. Well, Dustin Fowler has been one that we find often this year. I'm not going to dispute that. But so far in Chrome, I've had a pretty good variety. We haven't necessarily been pulling all the same players out of Chrome that we've pulled out of many of our other products this year. So I'm kind of encouraged by that we're having a little, our autograph selection anyway has been a little more diverse in here. For the Cubbies, how about Victor Caratini? And right as I say that, we pull Caratini, who has been coming out of everything. So, yes, leave it to the fates to bring that out right as I say. We've been seeing a nice selection. Here's an Aussie refractor. Always nice to get our rookie refractors, of course. And a little color with Lucas Giolito to 299 for the White Sox. I don't think that's, yeah, that's just the way, that's just the shot. With that green grass behind it, I'm like, wait a minute, is that supposed to be gold? No, it wasn't. J.P. Crawford, freshman flash. Mike, you must have the Cubs tonight. You like the Caratini? It was a Bryce Harper superstar sensation to Will Myers for the Padres. And we have a different Mejia. This is Alex Mejia for the Cardinals. Mejia or Mejia? Mejia. Okay, well, whichever way it is, you pretty much can guarantee I'm going to say it the opposite and incorrect way, because that's kind of my trademark. That's kind of a thing. I mispronounce all the names. I try not to, I swear. Sometimes I even hear them correctly in my head, like I know how they're supposed to sound, and I just can't spit them out that way. Dominic Smith for the Mets, black and white parallel. Chris Archer. I still really think they overpaid for Chris Archer. I mean, maybe that's not going to turn out to be the case, but I kind of think it is. And I think they gave up on Austin Meadows too soon. Too soon. But nonetheless, shipped him off, and Tyler Glasnow and one to be named later. I mean, that's a heavy price for Chris Archer, I think. Am I like the only one that thinks that they massively overpaid for him? I don't know. I think, though, mainly it's because they gave up on both of those two and thought, we don't want this rehab project. Send us Chris Archer. Okay. But the Tampa Bay Rays completely cleaned house. There was Louis Castillo. There's a Giancarlo Stanton. Whoops. Sean Doolittle is also refracting there. Trevor Bauer. Yeah, what has happened to Tyler Mahle, man? What is going on with him? He was looking pretty good for my Reds up until this last 2 or 3 game stretch. And my goodness, that has just been brutal. And they just beat him into the ground. I mean, like driving a stake into the ground. They pounded that poor boy into nothing. They get on it. I mean, they weren't all under him, but I think they hit, what, had 11 nationals, 11 runs or something that game. Oh, boy, but Tyler Mahle, his last 2 or 3 outings have just been bad. I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know what he's, because, I mean, he had a couple of little rocky moments earlier, but then he was pitching really pretty well. But, ooh, mercy. Stinking up the joint right now. Yeah, Jesse summed it up. He's been terrible. I was trying to be kind of generous, but yes, he has been quite bad the last, I guess, 3 or 4 outings by now. Been not good. Not good at all. I don't know. They need to get him straightened out. And then Hunter Green. Yeah, I'm sure you saw that news. Sprained his UCL, out for the rest of the year. I mean, the Reds just have some kind of pitching curse. And I don't really know what it is that brought it on. But we have had a pitching curse for what I must tell you feels like my entire lifetime. Although really, it's probably been about 6 years. Evan, you're excited for Clearly Authentic too. You have you bought a box, I'm assuming last year, you mean, and unless somebody's sold it to you early this year, which would be pretty cool too. And you pulled a Jacob deGrom. Nice. Clearly Authentic is a pretty cool product in my opinion. I like that and Archive Signature Series. I like Active Player and Retired edition of Archive Sig. Last year they called it the Postseason edition. So it technically could have been active or retired players, although it was largely retired players. This year they're just calling it Retired Players or Retired Edition for the second release. Active Players, of course, we've already opened out of Archive Signature Series. But Clearly Authentic, I mean, it's the nice encased acetate cards. It's 1 auto per box. My only thing is sometimes we'll get into a case where it hasn't been randomized very well. And you might have multiple hits for one team. That's my only knock on it. And not every case was that way last year, but we definitely had a couple that were. And when you have a case that doesn't have a lot of cards in it and you slant, even 3 to one team, it ends up being a lot of your total production coming out of the case. So if they can get that part of it squared away, I would be totally in love with the product. As it is, I still like it quite a bit. They're nice looking cards. They're always encased. They're on card. And every case has a guarantee of, I got to think about it. like a legendary kind of Hall of Famer type or something else. It has a case hit of X or Y. And then, well, I think there's 2 different case hits. But I'll have to go back through and read it all again between now and Wednesday, because, you know, we order this stuff so far out, like 6 months in advance with Topps. By the time it gets here, I've usually forgotten about half of what they told me in the marketing materials. So yeah, I'll have to go back and reread it. But there are a couple case hits in there that are going to be pretty good. And if you don't know this about my listings, I do, at the very bottom of the description, I do copy and paste the manufacturer information about the product. So whatever they tell us about, like, here's what's hit, here's what hits will be in here, or here's how many packs per box or cards per pack, or whatever info they decide to share, I copy and paste it down into the very bottom of the listing description. So if you ever want to look any of that stuff up, you can always flip down there and get the info. That's a nice Billy Hamilton black and white, and I like it because he's climbing the wall, which he does so often. Cespedes, he's out right now too. Heel problems, heel spurs or heel something. I think he might be out for the year. But I was really, really bummed about Hunter Green, like really bummed. Of course, you know what, the kid's throwing a really fast, really hard ball at a really young age, but man, you hate to see that sprained UCL this early. Trevor Williams and the Pirates. That just, you know, what is he, still like 19 or something still? I mean, very young, and it's because these kids all start throwing the ball 100 miles an hour when they're 12. I mean, not really when they're 12, but you know what I mean. They really work their arms at a very young age these days. And there is Hunter Wood for the Tampa Bay Rays. So see, the last 2 go more towards proving my earlier point of we're finding autograph cards in here for a lot of guys we haven't pulled as much out of other Topps products, which I kind of like. I like having some diversity somewhere along the way. And if you're going to do that, Chrome is an excellent place to do it. Robbie Ray. So I guess it's a good thing that the Reds kept Matt Harvey, because I think we're going to need Matt Harvey the way things are shaping up right now. Not like Hunter Green was coming up this year. He obviously wasn't. But I'm saying I think Tyler Mahle's not going to be pitching a lot of innings in the days ahead. I really just can't believe we're already into August. This year has just absolutely flown by. And I know they say the older you get, the faster the time goes and whatever. And I never, like, I kind of knew that that was true, but I didn't really totally grasp it until the last couple years. And I'm like, daggone it. It seems like I barely get finished with winter till I'm back into winter again. What is happening? Why is the clock moving so quickly? And of course, when you were a kid, every year was an eternity because you spent so much of it in school, you know? It was like, oh, everything is so slow. To get to summer break. Jesse, you are looking for a Cincinnati Reds autograph. Do you have a particular player in mind, or you're not picky? Just any Reds? Any Reds at all? We pulled a really nice Larkin out of Immaculate Wednesday night. Numbered, it was low numbered, maybe 25, 15, something like that. Which was very cool for me to see, because of course I love Barry Larkin. Jesse says, not picky. None of them are worth very much. Well, Hunter Green is. He's not in here, though. But there are Reds prospects who have some good value attached to them. But yeah, our current crop of Reds, I will grant you, they don't have as much resale value. But if you're keeping it for yourself, you know, I thought you might have a certain player you like or that you were looking for. Oh, Greg, you saw the Larkin 1 of 1. Oh, man, you just burst my bubble. That means we can't find the Larkin 1 of 1 tomorrow night. That's okay. I'm really cool. I'm really happy that we pulled the one that we did. I thought it was extremely cool. And I enjoyed seeing it come out. Oh, Jesse, you met Barry Larkin recently and got an autograph. Ah, cool. Where'd you meet him? Was it at a show or something, or did you just like happen across him, which would also be pretty awesome. You liked Molly until recently. Oh, I still like him. He's just he's really struggling right now. We need a little better production out of him than what we've had in the last 3 or 4 starts of his, but that's all right. We know he's got the potential. We just have to get him back on track. And there he is. Speaking of, there is a Tyler Mahle refractor that just went by, along with Jose Quintana to 299, a little color for the Cubbies. Oh, he was at Sports Gallery in Cincinnati. That's cool. I'm assuming I'm assuming he charged for the autograph. They usually do at stuff like that. And if you don't mind sharing, I'm just curious, like, what does he charge if you go to an event and get him to sign something? It's a nice little George Springer. J. Fon's Astros. I don't think we've pulled any Astros, but again, I just don't always remember that sort of stuff. I see so many cards every day between the breaking and sorting and shipping. I always hate to say for sure. That is numbered to 99. It's Keon Broxton and the Brewers. But what I can tell you is this. I will recap all of our hits. Whoops, that's not a refractor. It was Mike Trout underneath. As soon as we look through this last box and a half or so here, we will recap it. And I can tell you for sure. It's an Anthony Banda for the Rays. The Nationals with a little color and a signature, and it's Victor Robles. Nice. Nats to 150, and I like your hit. Pretty soon they should start cycling Juan Soto in for you too. I would imagine. Well, we may not see it until Series 2 at this point. But in the meantime, that's a nice little hit for you, Nationals. Dominic Smith. Because Victor will be up earning his keep next year. Got a little leapfrogged there by Juan this year because he was injured when the need arose. For the Marlins, it's Dylan Peters. Jesse, he charged $65. That is, that's a little high, but it is Barry Larkin, so I'm kind of with you. I probably would have paid it as well. Because I do like Barry Larkin, so yeah. Marcus Stroman. For the Blue Jays, there's a J.D. Davis. It wasn't J.D. refracting. Sorry, once again, it was the card under that caught my eye, which was Chris Bryant. You know, I had, of course, Anthony Davis played his college ball here. And when he graduated, a lot of times when they graduate here, I went to UK. That's Joey Votto. They do little kind of autograph tours, for lack of a better word, in between the time they graduate or leave, because these days a lot of them are one and done. They don't actually technically graduate, but you know what I mean. The time when they finish their career here at UK and the time when they are officially pro, they often do these autograph tours around the state. And most players charge, 20, 25 bucks, some of them 15, but most of them 20, $25, somewhere in that range. Anthony Davis charged 50, but I just kind of knew. I was like, Anthony Davis is going to be just monstrous at the next level. So I went and I stood in line for a really long time, and I paid the $50 times 3. And I got an autographed full-size basketball for myself. I got an autographed full-size for my dad. And my mom doesn't really, my mom didn't want the full-size. So I got her a mini size that she could display better. But he's the only one that out of all the UK guys that I paid that much for. I started to for Karl Anthony Towns. He was also 50 bucks. And he was another one that I kind of felt like, yeah, I'm probably going to wish I had this. But I didn't do it because I just, wherever he was signing, I don't even remember where it was now, but wherever it was that he was signing was one of those places that it wasn't going to be really convenient, and it was going to cost me $50 times 3 if I got one for Dad and one for Mom and one for me, and stand in line for a lot of hours. So I don't pay for a ton of autographs, but I do sometimes, depending on the player and the circumstance. So a lot of people around here, they just go to the university and hang out near the dorm where the basketball players stay, and they just kind of pounce on them, for lack of a better word, and get them to sign stuff. And they do. They sign a ton of stuff for free when they're in school. They can't charge when they're in school because the NCAA won't let them. But they do pocket many thousands of dollars in that short window between the end of college and the beginning of the NBA. Lately, I've been thinking I need to go down to a Lexington Legends game because I've got 3 of the up-and-coming Royals prospects down there in single A right now. And Mateus is just hitting the cover off the ball. And Nick Prado's down there. And why am I blanking on the third one? Who's my third prospect down there that I'm forgetting right now? Well, anyway, lately I've been thinking, yeah, I should probably drive across town and try to catch those guys. Because they probably won't be in single A for too long. But I haven't done it. Jesse, does Pete Rose still show up anywhere to sign? I mean, that's how he makes all of his money. He's always somewhere signing something. But I'm just wondering, does he do it much in Cincinnati anymore, or is he mostly sticking to Vegas and card shows and things like that? He spends most of his free time, it seems, either signing things or complaining that he should be allowed in the Hall of Fame. There is Lewis Brinson on the Future Stars there. Whoops. Brandon Woodruff, rookie refractor. There's a Greg Allen. Oh, he was there the same. He was there the same weekend too in Cincy at Sports Gallery. Yeah, I knew he signed a lot in Vegas, Jay Fonz. That's because he likes to gamble, right? So he's always out there signing. And I think he does some card shows and stuff. That's why I was wondering if he ever went back to Cincinnati, and if he did, if anybody even cared. Because he does sign a tremendous amount of stuff. kind of more than I think he should, because at some point, hasn't he completely just devalued his signature because there are 400 million of them out there? Oh, right, Red's Hall of Fame. I didn't even think about that, of course. Of course that would make sense. Here's a nice little Acuna. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. See, that's what happens to my brain. It goes into neutral sometimes. It's been that way a little bit today because I stayed up way too late last night trying to watch Orange is the New Black. So, yeah. So I didn't probably get as much sleep as I should have, but I wanted to watch Orange is the New Black. Austin Meadows for the Pirates. Traded away, of course, but a Pirate on that card, so a Pirate he shall be. Salvador Perez. There went Aurora. Here's a nice little black and white for the Phillies with Victor Arano. I really should get up to Cincinnati for some of that sort of stuff. Although, you know, like I said, it'd be hard for me to cough up that much money for very many people. But I probably would have done it for Larkin. Look at this. We did not pull Dustin Fowler. How about that? It's Paul Blackburn instead for the A's in this one. But we virtually all the time, it seems. There was a J.D. Davis rookie refractor that went by. And we have a David Robertson /75, a little color for the Yankees. Just about every case we pull Oakland A's, don't we? I mean, almost anything you open, you pull at least one A's autograph. Very rare that you go through something with no A's hits. Autograph or relic or something. Little Jay Bruce refractor. And that has us wrapped up. But you know what? It's not time to go yet because we still have some things to recap, which we're going to do here in a hot second. But first we have to go verify this little redemption for the Braves. The Topps website will not tell us where that, what that's going to be numbered to. So it's not quite as nice as the Panini website in the sense that Panini will tell us what things are going to be numbered to. But, oh shoot. Just for the, I guess I did click on the right thing. Just for the sake of argument though, I always go on redemptions to the website, put it up on the screen so that everyone can see, and then we don't have any questions about what anything is or where it goes or any of that. So right there you see Mike, and there you see the Atlanta Braves, and we are all squared away with that now. Yeah, Evan, we just pulled the A's just a second ago there for Paul Blackburn. That's what I was saying when we pulled it, that it wasn't, that it turned out to not be Dustin Fowler, but that we almost always pull an A's autograph out of pretty much everything we open. There's always A's in there. Okay, so let's do our recap. We have the redemption here for the Braves with Mike Swerka. We had a nice little J.P. Crawford, an unexpected rookie debut relic in there, numbered to 25. Rookie debut medallion card, and I didn't think we'd find one numbered to 25, but we did. Here's our color. Well, our color and our black and white. So that's Yankees, Phillies. Keon Broxton was to 99. Quintana, Billy Hamilton, Dominic Smith, Giolito, Parker Bridwell. Bryce is in here. He's not numbered, but he is a short print, so I put Bryce in there as well for that purpose. Just to recap him, Harrison Bader, Starlin Castro, and Brandon Crawford. So those are our numbered cards and our short print. We already looked at those. That brings us just to our autographs remaining. So let's take a quick little fly through them. Of course, you know, we got plenty of other rookie base refractors and all those parallels that refract with the future stars and superstar sensations and freshman flashbacks and 35th anniversary and etc. All right, so to recap, Paul Blackburn for the A's, Austin Meadows, Pirates, Dylan Peters for the Marlins. Very nice Victor for the Nationals. Blue parallel to 150. And it is Hunter Wood for the Rays, Trevor Williams for the Pirates, Alex Mejia for the Cardinals, Victor Caratini, Cubbies, Chris Stratton, Giants, Jacob Barnes for the Brewers, and the nice Valera here to 25 for the Cardinals. And we started things off tonight with Anthony Santander and the Orioles. Evan says good, he can go to bed in peace now. that there was an A's autograph in there. All right, well, yeah, it's rare for us to do a break of any kind of quantity of anything and not come across at least one Oakland A's, right? I mean, they show up in there a lot. So we'll put up the spreadsheet information here one final time for anybody who might have missed it earlier, or maybe you just scrolled to the end and you just finished watching the recap. Once again, the anticipated shipping date is Wednesday. If I can get something out to you sooner than Wednesday, I most certainly will do so. But to be on the safe side, projecting it as a Wednesday shipping date. If you were in Elements and your team happened to not be pulled, any consolation card or cards that you are due will ship with the rest of your break, since this is a paid shipping break. If you're in Chrome, no worries. There's a lot of cards in there, and every team pulled some cards, so everybody's going to get a package from Chrome headed their way. And finally, one more look at what's coming up here in the days ahead. Tomorrow night, we've got a half case of autographed football jerseys from Leaf and an autographed full-size football helmet from Gold Rush. A third case of Elements football, where we will do a single Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey. A case of the Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs. Once again, that is the National Edition checklist, and you can find the checklist included there in the listing. And a case of Immaculate Baseball. Sunday, note that we're starting a little earlier. We're going to start at 9:45 instead of 10. We'll open a Hit Parade autographed batting helmet, a half case of Gold Standard football, which will be the start of a new case, and it's also the last case that I have on hand. And then we will open a full case of Chrome baseball all on Sunday night. So that'll be kind of a long break, but it'll be a fun one. On Monday, it will be an autographed basketball jersey, another half case of the autographed football jerseys, another case of Onyx Preferred Players, a third case of Immaculate Baseball, and a fifth case of Certified. Tuesday finds us with another full-size helmet, a fourth case of Elements, and a half case of Allen and Genter baseball. Wednesday, we're also going to start a little earlier than normal. We'll start at 9:30 on Wednesday. We'll open another half case of Leaf autographed jerseys. Then Wednesday is the release date for both Donruss football and Clearly Authentic baseball. So we'll open a full 20-box case of Clearly Authentic baseball. We're going to open 6 boxes, which is a third of a case of Donruss football. That sounds like it's not a lot, but I'm telling you it is. Those 6 boxes will have just under 1,500 cards in them. So a third of a case here is like a full case of many products, and it's definitely the equivalent number of cards of a half case of about anything. So massive amount of cards in that Donruss football, even though it is listed as a third case. So I guess that has us all wrapped up for tonight. So once again, thanks everyone for joining me. I appreciate having you here, and hopefully I will see you again soon, and I'll be back at it tomorrow night. Until then, enjoy your Saturday. We're almost there, half hour away from the midnight hour where the day will flip for us. In the meantime, take care. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye now.